Like, the response to White Lives Matter should have been, when somebody's like, bro, do you know White Lives Matter? You should be like, oh yeah, true. And then that's it. Everybody on the left, your largest commentators, all hate the Democratic president. What the all of your YouTube people all hate the Dems. Stop platforming people that are not supporting your candidates. God, I disagree with Cenk so much, but I do feel like Cenk is legitimately like a left-leaning person. And watching him and Anna go at it, I don't know what that relationship is like off camera, because damn, dude, Anna seems like she's just gone. Is that really happening? Is Anna actually just gone? It sucks because Hassan is such like a huge source of like poisoning the well for me, but thankfully, flipping somebody's decision or opinion on me is really easy. Usually they just have to watch like 1 or 2 videos and it'll be completely flipped. Like, his lies about me are so egregious, it's insane.
Do you think you'll be able to do some content with Ethan?
That's one of the biggest reasons why Hassan will never like play a clip of me and why he can't talk to me, right? Is because if people heard me talk, they'd be like, wait, what the f? I thought this guy was a Nazi. Do you think Trump will go through with the mass deportation thing regardless of the massive burden it would be on the economy and workforce? They might try, but I don't know if he's just not a very effective leader when it comes to like big things like that. Like unilaterally he'll do things, but I don't know if he can do it, like coordinate all that on his own. I'm not sure. Are you seeing the tide shift on Twitter about your contribution to the online space? I'm seeing a lot of positive tweets about you and Dean. Yeah, we'll talk about that today. That's basically I have to decide if I want to just run for governor or if I want to go for the White House 2028, you know? Then I got to consider, do I want Newsom to be my running mate? Or do I need to do a diversity pick? Should I bring in Lily Peach? No, I'm just kidding. When is the Dean collab? Well, I don't know. I only talked to them once. Well, no, we had dinner. Me, Dean, and Parker all had dinner when I was in LA. And then I DM'd him, but then I saw that thing on Discord that he posted, which made me think, I don't know if he was chatting with Hassan or why they were getting scared, or I have no idea. Don't know, don't care. Don't know, don't care. I do not know, and simultaneously, I do not care. I watched a Brian Tyler Cohen short video today, and he was riled up. Can't tell if it was before or after talking to you. The misinformation Avengers. Oh, I wonder how he got tuned into my shit. He watches a lot of my stuff. Like, he's in YouTube chat a lot. Like, he showed up yesterday, obviously, for that Anything Else episode. Which is cool. I like the attention and all of that. Like, obviously, I'm a streamer, and I am self-important. But I truly do, and I will continue to stress this, there are certain things that I want for this country that I want to get better, and even if people are just copying my shit and I'm not necessarily involved, it's whatever. I'll take it, you know? I'll take it. One byproduct of the last system, though, that I think is a little bit funny, maybe, we'll see, I guess, is I don't know if anything in my past hurts me at this point, at least where we are insofar as like American politics goes, because wow, Americans really don't give a f. Like, obviously I'm not running for president, but like imagine like running for president and your opponent is like civilly liable for rape. Well, like, what are they going to hit you with? What are they going to hit you with, you know? Do you think any of the niche left-leaning social issues are going to get cut? Most of them like a lose-lose position to hold for the notes. Yeah, we should just ditch all that. All that shit should just be ejected. But also, I mean, like I said before, I think that Americans just kind of vote on like economic vibes, and I don't know if there's any way to counter that. But that's part of what I think we'll think about today. I don't know if I'll do that down here, or if we'll stream upstairs and I'll start writing that down, because I want to start to sketch out a lot of the landscape in terms of how the media is interfacing with people and like how everybody is like interpreting stuff online. So yeah, I don't know. Destiny, you are too worried about your past shit. It's like merging in Israel. Do it with confidence, you'll be fine. Actually, I'm not actually generally worried about my past shit. Usually it's just my audience, because you guys are retarded, not me. Everyone making over 400K in America voted Trump, including Dems and anti-Trumpers. I don't see Destiny voting to give up his money. I mean, I voted for Kamala. Will you be deleting Twitter? So I wanted to delete Twitter, but was it 2 weeks ago, a week ago? I think I was down here. And then the one thing that mind fucked me was somebody pointed out that on Threads, they don't have communities. And if I delete Twitter, I'm like abandoning my Twitter community. I think somebody brought this up a week or two ago. We are going to make other things on. We are going to make other things on other social media platforms, but that's going to be part of the branching out a bit. You know, I think it was off-putting to voters that Dems just pretended that 9% inflation, at least partially caused by the ARP, didn't even happen. It does sound out of touch to say we have the greatest economy in the world when stuff is at least 30% higher than 2019. Granted, it was worldwide. It's expected for people to be mad, in my opinion. Honest to God, like all of that is just like super online. I think. I really do think that people just felt like prices were high, and then that felt bad, and that's it. I think it goes as far as that. That's it. I don't think the median voter is thinking like the inflation take that Democrats are giving is not mirroring my reality and I think it's just more like, damn, shit's kind of expensive. So let's for the other dude. I think it's as simple as that. I really do. You need to start having a more blue collar liberal voices, people actually on the ground, living with the effects of voting. I got ideas. Do you actually want to use DGG for some online campaign, a la Twitch advertising, some political stuff? Yeah, we'll get to that. One of the challenges of using my community for political things is the fact that we're so national or international, well, national even. Like, I guess I have to look into this more, the vibes in a state, but I don't know how people like would perceive a whole bunch of outsiders coming in and like doing stuff, right? Destiny, more like, let's not vote for the one suggesting price controls and unrealized gains taxes. I would bet my entire life savings that less than 20% of Americans could tell you what both price controls and unrealized capital gains taxes are. I'm sorry, bro. Yeah, there's just no shot. How do you explain Hispanic men shifting to the right while black men for the most part still vote? I don't know if Hispanic men actually shifted or not. I have to like go through and whoops, wrong thing. I need to see how all of that is calculated. Because like, let's say for instance, like, let's say like 1 million Hispanic men voted last election and like 900,000 voted one way and 100,000 voted the other way. And then let's say this election, the 100,000 conservatives still all voted, but like half as many Democrat Hispanics voted. The percentage is going to look significantly higher. But did Hispanics actually shift to the right, or did just like way fewer left-leaning Hispanics vote? I don't know. I don't know the answer. It could be either one. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I don't know that's calculated as much. How do we influence away from the Vosh, Hamas, Pike, or archetypes of lone dudes sat in the room every day, gathering up resources to do nothing with it? Yeah, I don't know. These guys are like dragons. It's yeah, I don't know. Honestly, the price controls is a non-starter, and it screams communism to the average voter. No, the average voter has no idea what a price control even is. In fact, my guess is that the average voter would, if you explain what a price control is, the average voter would probably think a price control is really good immediately. In his minor defense, Vosh did at least say, vote for Kamala Harris. Don't put KH, because I just see Kim Hearts. Vote for Kamala Harris and work with PV. Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible, but I wish they would do more. Everyone wants to blame this loss on whatever aligns with their own agenda. Really, not. Yeah, people always do that, right? Yeah. Leftists are going to be saying we didn't pay enough attention to labor. LGBTQ is going to be saying we didn't pay enough attention to Gaza for some reason. Conservatives are going to be saying they went too far to the left. Like, yeah. I keep seeing retards say that none of Kamala's policies address the working class. Didn't she address the working class in every speech and policy? It doesn't matter. People aren't very policy oriented. It's worth pointing out that a 30-point shift towards conservatives among men 18 to 29 is absolutely due to the fact that most young guys are not having sex. I don't know if that's the case. I'm sure that's a factor in it. I feel like that's probably a subset of just the larger feeling of kind of younger dudes. I would say initially maybe feeling attacked, but I would say now it's probably just that conservatives just don't speak to the left for a long time just didn't speak to those people. I was complaining about that like 7 years ago, though, right? Yeah, just for whatever reason, the left is just like, we're not going to talk to white men anymore. It's like, okay, well, you could kind of see that with the White Lives Matter bait. Like the response to White Lives Matter should have been, hey, when somebody's like, bro, do you know White Lives Matter? You should be like, oh yeah, true. And then that's it. Like, that's all you should say. It's like, okay, yeah, true. But people got baited way too hard by that. I know you were frustrated in that Jubilee debate and people yelling in your face, but it probably would have looked better optics-wise if you agreed with the one trans woman's concerns about dead kids or whatever instead of dismissing her. and that other metrosexual Latino guy. Nah, I'm gonna rely on my instincts a little bit more on this one instead of being so optics cucked. I think it's okay to be a little mean. I think it's time to be a little bit mean. I think that's fine. I don't think we have to be optics cucked on every single thing. When the rest of the California vote comes in, is it still possible to win the popular vote? I don't know. Also, wait, was I totally wrong, or did I get like fake news? People were saying that there were 15 million fewer votes than there were last election cycle for the Democrats. Somebody emailed me and said it was actually 6 million less. That's what it looks like it's going to be. Is that 15 million number? Was that just like fake news, or that was just at the time? Oh shit! So it wasn't fake news, I guess. Okay, 6 million short. You know, coming from someplace, those would have all been liberals. California and Washington are slow. The real deficit will likely be around 2 million fewer. Oh, well, Jesus. Well, wait, hold on. What is the current vote total? Or is that true? I don't know what retards have been saying about Dean and Parker, but they're hyper pro-debate, pro-Democrat. They were outside doing a lot of work. They're worth coalition building with. He could well be talking with age, but why wouldn't he? Doesn't mean he's going to become a tanky dipshit. Unfortunately, this sounds mean, and I'm sorry to make it sound this way, but I think that if you want to do serious political work for the Democrats, I probably personally wouldn't work with anybody that hasn't like blacklisted Hassan. The problem that you run into is people that are so ideologically possessed and extreme on that side will destroy you if you are like not in lockstep with them, and it's just not worth the risk of working with those people. I think that if this will be a thing that I do, maybe if but it sucks. The infighting is so annoying. But like, if you're serious on the left about winning elections and stuff, you can't. I don't think you can be working with the socialist and the communist people. You have to stop highlighting these people. You have to stop profiling these people, and you have to stop pretending these people care about the same things that you care about, because they don't. And like, we have this huge issue. I was talking yesterday with my close personal friend Bry. You guys probably know Brian Tyler Cohen. I call him Bry because we're like that. But the issue that you run into is when you go on the right, every single person is in lockstep when it comes to their messaging. They all believe the exact same shit. They all say good things about Trump. There is no disagreement, even among like the fasci types, although Fuentes started to break a little bit towards the end. However, all of our largest commentators on the left, save for recently when these people like Josiah and Beasley and Brian Charlotte, save for when these guys have been blowing up recently, everybody on the left, your largest commentators, all hate the Democratic president. What the all of your YouTube people all hate the Dems. You need to stop Pisco from just accepting a terrorist sympathizer to prevent infighting. Fuck that shit. Yeah, the infighting needs to stop. And if that means pedophilic debate bros gish galloping all these socialists who think it's acceptable to demean our candidate, then they have my upvote, my up dudes. Mr. B didn't love your spat with Bree. That's fine, but he's wrong. I'm sorry, he's wrong. I'm gonna start citing my media expertise more, because you know what? I am an expert in this field. I've been doing this longer than probably almost any other human being alive, especially at my level, especially at my length of relevancy. I think I can make stronger statements on this. There is no room for people that are going to backstab and attack your candidate. It's just, there's no room for it. You want to know who goes the furthest that's acceptable? God, I hate and love this man at the same time. You want to know who goes the furthest that's acceptable? Somebody say it. Somebody say it. Somebody say it in chat. Where is it? There. This. I don't know if you can see it. Say it in the YouTube chat. Show me. That guy. Yeah, there it is. It's Cenk. Because in the primaries, Cenk is brutalizing Biden. He thought he should drop out. He wants an open. He'll brutalize the Democratic candidate. But when we have a candidate, from what I've seen, Cenk is all in on that candidate. I'm fine with that. That's perfectly A-okay. That is perfectly A-okay. I think that's totally fine. I think Cenk takes it as far as I'm comfortable with. He's at the line, but he's very squarely inside of the borders. Yeah. Same thing with the Mehdi Hassan, I think. Yeah. Although is he even American? I'm actually not sure. There's too many We got to do something about these British people that come over, man. I don't know about that, man. These guys are skinwalkers. I don't trust them. He's British, obviously. Yeah, but is he like an expat? Is he I thought I read at some point that fucking Piers had like gotten U.S. citizenship. I don't think that's true though, right? My girlfriend works for the federal government and is super worried about losing work from home under Trump. I think it's a relative non-issue nowadays that he probably won't with. Thoughts? No clue. Fuck her though, if she has work from home. Remember, people are saying Mehdi is a dual citizen. Everybody who complain, the biggest problem with the work from home people is they all make 120K a year and they're all on Reddit complaining about how broke they are and how they have no time to do anything because they have to go into the office once a month, okay? I hope your girlfriend has to go back into the office. I hope it's a 45-minute commute. I hope that they have old time cards, okay? Her. Oh, I'm sorry. The top streams covering politics. What were we looking at? I don't believe any of the Rumble numbers. Just saying. We've got Hasanabi, who is Kamala's #1 hater. We've got PBD Podcast, Conspiracy Theorist, Charlie Kirk, Conspiracy Theorist, Benny Johnson, Conspiracy Theorist, Asmongold, not sure where he stood, Charlie Kirk, Conspiracy Theorist, Tucker Carlson, Conspiracy Theorist / Russian, soon to be nationalist, and Timcast IRL, who might already be a Russian nationalist. Destiny, that is literally her. You nailed it. Oh shit, I was just joking. I'm sorry. I need to make it clear also when I'm joking and when I'm not joking. Because sometimes I walk this line, I think it's hard for people to tell. Like when I say like I'm institution pilled, it sounds like I'm joking. I'm not joking. That one guy tweeted out, and it is true. I think I am like the only large streamer that, and it can't be, guys. I hate that I'm saying this. I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't like saying this. I don't like saying this because you all know this, and I don't need to say this, right? Because as soon as I bring up somebody like Hassan or somebody like whatever, right? People say, well, actually, if you go back to this VOD like 3 weeks ago, he said that if you're going to vote in a swing state, you should probably vote, right? When it comes time to support the candidate, it has to be enthusiastic. It has to be like, bros, we got to get in here and vote for this person. This is important, okay? For whatever disagreements we have, this shit is important. It can't be this tepid. I guess it has to be. It's got to be like you got to support your candidates, guys. Damn, the f wrong with you? Or at the very least, if you're not going to support the candidates, hello. Wait, how many viewers do I have? Listen, one of you guys are at least tangentially linked with somebody at the DNC. Stop platforming people that are not supporting your candidates. You are private political parties. You're supposed to be self-interested, okay? The whole reason you have superdelegates and shit is to protect your elections, right? Stop inviting people to your events that hate your candidates. Don't do that. Stop doing that. It's retarded. Stop highlighting these people. Stop platforming these people. Stop spotlighting these people. Let them go to is it SDA, the Socialist Democratic Party of America? Let them go do events with those people. Jesus. Why would you cuck out so hard at these losers? Hassan shouldn't be anywhere near the DNC. Brianna Joy Gray, I don't know if she gets invited to shit. Nobody from Breaking Points, Kyle Kulinski included, I'm sorry. Maybe, actually, I'll give him, he's a little over the wall for me. Maybe he could come back, though. Yeah, anybody related to I don't know where Sam Cedar was. Actually, Sam Cedar is so poisoned by the people around him that, no, even he shouldn't be anywhere. Yeah, none of these people should be anywhere near, because if you're the Democratic Party, you have to support the people that are supporting you, okay? Like, one of the things that you guys, I hate being a cock. I hate being a cuckoo. But I have to remind you guys of this, okay? I have to remind you guys because you have to understand this, okay? Because you take me for granted, all right? You take my psychological tenacity for granted. It is incredibly difficult to be out there on your own, okay? With no major backing, no major political communities, nobody else on the internet. That is an incredibly difficult thing to do. So if you're the Democratic Party and you're backing people that hate your candidates and you're not providing any support to people that support your candidates, what the fuck? Give these people support. It doesn't have to be me, although it should be. But you have to stop supporting people that are on your candidates. You can't do that. It's crazy. It is crazy. Brian Tyler Cohen and David Pacman, you have open access to the DNC. Pacman is good, and Brian seems good. Yeah. It feels like all the tankies are lucky happy we lost, and it's their acceleration to start coming in or something. Well, yeah, because none of them like the candidate. Yeah. I bet they didn't vet Hassan at all. Didn't he just get the booth because of Cenk? Zero chance. I don't even know if Cenk likes Hassan. I'm not sure. do I feel bad for Cenk? I disagree with Cenk so much, but I do feel like Cenk is legitimately like a left-leaning person, and watching him and Anna go at it, I don't know what that relationship is like off camera, because damn, dude, Anna seems like she's just gone. Is that really happening? Is Anna actually just gone? Hey, Steven, are you open your CrowdStrike investment? Hell yeah. And Nvidia is blowing up. Why do the extreme left are saying the Dems lost because they were not far left enough? How does that work? It doesn't. Everybody just likes to assign it's like their pet project or their pet issue is the reason why things happen the way they did. You approved Dean's talking with Hassan? No, I just saw people in chat saying it. I don't know if that's actually true or not. Or I thought Hassan said it, so who knows? Do you think it's possible Trump genuinely fucks with the economy so much that even MAGA Republicans realize they backed the wrong guy? I'm not sure. I think you have to highlight people. I think you need to highlight failures. Yeah. One thing that I really want to do, but I'm scared because people can just lie, but it's also kind of mean. I really want to do like a fucking finance segment where we just like have callers. It's like, okay, bro, you said you make 95 a year and you're like struggling to survive in Kansas City. Let's take a look at your bills. One, because I can either show people they're retarded, or two, maybe there is something that I'm missing, where it's like the average student loan payment is like $1,500 a month or something, and I'm just like not aware of that, or so I don't know. Maybe there's just like some extra expense or some shit that I'm not aware of or something. Do the Caleb Hammer audit? No, I don't. Caleb Hammer does like I'm not taking away from anything he does. I think he's a funny guy or whatever, but it seems like he's more interested in kind of like celebs and kind of like the more extravagant stuff, which makes sense for his program because he's a YouTuber and he's trying to do like a good show and everything. But I just want like average ordinary people. When I say your mind influences your perception of the economy, right? So something I thought that was kind of funny. Remember when we did that Twitter Spaces, and there was a guy that called in, and he was talking about how his mortgage payment was twice as expensive, and they were having trouble affording stuff because they had a kid and he had to stay at home, right? So they doubled their house payment by buying a new house, and then he ended up taking work off to stay home with a newborn child they had. And they were saying because Biden ruined the economy, it was hard to survive. I'm curious if Trump would have won the election, if his perception would have been we were able to double our house payment and I was able to get off work and take care of our child and we're still making it because of Trump's economy. Like, I'm curious if like that's what, I don't know. Would you be willing to shut on conservatives on a single thing for a week like Fox does? I think that one of the things that I want to do, this is a segment I want to add. I'm trying to think of like segments more. I really want to do like a weekly, like a Reddit thread that gets posted. And then like on Saturdays, we just like debunk one thing, just like one thing in the media. Yeah. He said many times that the economy is doing fine, even though the sentiment of the people is that things are fucked. Wouldn't the economy might as well be if that's the sentiment and people vote accordingly? How do you deal with this? Do you pander or try to realistically go against the sentiment at the possible cost of votes? I don't know. It's complicated. It's car payments. I think the average now 700 plus, eating out 200 plus, and addictions. At least it's like majority 50 plus. The average car payment is 700 plus. Is that true? That's wild if that's true. I know cars have gone up a lot in price though, but I looked this up. Average car payment, American. For new vehicles, it's 734, 525 for used. 525 is still fairly high. But... What is the hold on. Median wage, United States. Where are we at right now? Jesus, 64,000 per year? I thought the median wage was like, I thought it was like 48. Wait, did this change significantly in the past like 3 years? The fuck? Hold on. Wait, there's no way this is right. Is it really 64,000 a year? Medians don't tell you a good story though. It's probably better to break this down by region and then by age and then maybe by job. Because there's so much going on here, right? Like 20 to 24, the average salary is 40,000 a year. 55 to 64, it's 65,000 a year. So, hey, we need clips on Instagram from you. We got blown the fuck out on social media. Yeah, no, we're working on it. Don't worry, we got it. I got a whole media strategy we're working on. Okay, we'll get that. Cause I got clippers and shit. The Twitter, the Daliban Twitter group that's just worked out phenomenally well. Slowing your breathing slows down your heart rate if you want to lower your rate. That's true. If you can hold your breath for 10 minutes, you can bring your heart rate almost 0. You should add TikTok to your Duo stream. Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. Other streams, yeah. How come you ever trusted the Atlas Intel polls, even though they were the most accurate by far in 2020? Why did you dismiss them? Because they were Trump favored? I've never even heard of these before. But nice permaban. See ya. I don't think I dismissed any polls. I don't know. I don't know which poll. If anybody asks me if a poll is trustworthy, I usually just tell you, I don't know, go check 538 or whatever. They rate polls and shit. I don't know what the fuck poll is trustworthy or not. That Seltzer poll was one of the most trusted in America. And that her widest error, I think, was 5 points historically. This time she was off by 17. Would it help you to hire researchers to write summaries? I have to find a way to vet people. I'm not sure or something. Bro, I just don't trust anybody's summaries on anything. God. The worst thing that Vyvanse ever did was give me the ability to read stuff, because now when I read underlying material, I'm like, oof, I would have definitely cited this in a different way. Or I do not. The thing is that like, how do I explain this? When you read something and you talk about it, there needs to be a process of you read something and then you understand it. And then you're able to understand like what are the relevant and important parts of it. And these are the things that you express to other people. And sometimes people just have a really hard time taking the most important or relevant parts from a piece and then distilling that into a simpler form and then communicating that effectively in a way that makes, like, it's a whole thing. Like people, I don't know if you'd call it the editorializing part of research, but yeah, people have a lot of trouble with this, but it's really important. The Fed just cut interest rates by another 25 basis points. Good. Fire that economy up for Trump. Yes, that's what I want. Yes, my king. The next president, Republican or Dem, is going to be shut down so hard for whatever Trump does. True. Trump f***ed COVID up so much. To be fair, we still recovered pretty well, but I wonder how much better it could have went if we would have all been on board in the beginning. It's so crazy that Trump will never get... It's so insane that Trump will never, ever, ever have any accountability for that. But no, it's not insane. Why am I even saying that? It's not insane. Republicans have no accountability for anything. This motherfucker is literally denying that it exists as people are dying from it in the country. You're like, what? He's like, what was he saying? Then it's like compilations of this online. Like, it's not, you can read, you can watch it. It's on video, ninja. It's all of this is seeable. He's like, oh, there's probably like 6 cases. We don't think there's any more cases. We think there's probably only 6 cases of COVID in the entire US. We're going, like, really, dude? Is that how that works? My God. And then people focus on Fauci. Trump told way worse lies. Okay. What do you think about the S&P 500 being up 26% this year? Is that level of growth scary? A little bit, but I don't know like how much we're rebounding also from the COVID stuff and everything, so. I remember the Obama Ebola response to like one person. Well, didn't the WHO shut down? No, that was the US. They were careful about who flew in or whatever, right? I don't remember. It's a long time ago. Okay, I feel like here, do this, mic up. Yeah. I feel like I read this at some point, but you have to tell me if this is true or not, okay?
Yeah, what is it?
That one of the reasons why inflation is good, I think it was related to inflation. One of the reasons why inflation is good is because it helps people manage employment costs, because it is psychologically impossible to lower wages for employees such that it's actually, even if it's worse for the company and worse for the economy and worse for the employees, it's better to fire one person and keep 9 than it is to very slightly lower the wages of all 10 workers.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Okay. So that being said, here's something I'm curious about. Do you understand central banking all over the world?
I mean, let's just say I'm not a macro expert, but I might be, yeah.
Do you know, like, so for the United States, our Federal Reserve, our policy for our central banking targets, they try to target inflation and they try to target unemployment.
Yes.
Is that the same for basically all central banks?
Yes, in Europe too, yeah. They have an inflation target. That's one of the most important things, yeah.
Is it supposed to be around like 2% inflation, 5% unemployment?
That's the
national.
target,
Okay.
yeah.
So
it depends on the country, right? I know that, for example, the Russian central bank has a target that's a bit higher, but European central banks target 2%, yeah.
Okay. So here's a question.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible in response to things that have happened,
Yeah.
do you think it's possible that from a political level, the federal or the reserve banks around the world would start to target inflation harder? So to maximize our economic outcome, maybe 2% 2% inflation, 5% unemployment is good. But to maximize like population happiness and political outcome, maybe you should, like if inflation is getting crazy, maybe you really aggressively go for 2% inflation and you eat 7, 8, 9, 10% unemployment, even though it's worse for the economy. Do you think people would actually be happier?
I don't know. I mean, it's a tough question. It's a trade-off, right? If you combat inflation, it's a trade-off with other measures you're taking to lower this inflation.
Yeah.
And you have to calculate basically what the trade-off would be.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking in terms of vibes.
In terms of vibe.
Well, it sounds dumb, but like, so here's like a thing that if anybody's ever worked, have you ever worked like boring service jobs before?
Not really, no.
Here's a thing in food service, okay, that is absolutely fucking true, okay? If you are having long wait times because the kitchen's backed up with long lines, whatever the fuck, okay? Even if the customer is insanely pissed off waiting in line, even if they're pissed off when they order their food, even if they're pissed off when they sit down, as long as when the food is delivered to them, as long as it's hot and made correctly, all of it goes away. They're instantly happy, right? Unemployment is not, I don't know if unemployment has a way to be felt cumulatively, whereas inflation does. So if I eat 10% unemployment in my economy for a while, whatever long-term damage is there is buried beneath so many other things, right? But if I eat inflation for a long time, my prices are higher and I can see it, right? If you're unemployed for 6 months and then you get a job, you got a job, motherfucker, you're good. But if there's high inflation for 6 months and then the rate goes down, prices are still high. I wonder if politically there's ever a consideration on the macro econ level that they should change their targets. But you're literally like making the economy worse just to make the people happier. Yeah.
The thing you're talking about is kind of happening right now in Russia, right? Of course, it's an exceptional situation, but you have an inflation which is rising aggressively, and the Russian central bank is combating this inflation by basically very, very aggressive measures. They have the key rate in Russia is right now 21%, which is unprecedented for the country. It's on par with like nations like Mali and like Zimbabwe or something. And like looking over there, it does seem to work, right? It does seem to work. The economy is doing all right. People are kind of happy that the economy is going, basically. These aggressive measures seem to work. And of course, it's not the perfect example in a totalitarian society.
Sure, but still, I really want to take a macro econ course because we've been told for a long time that Russia's economy is going to collapse, that it's destroyed, that it's completely fucked. But like, at least it seems like from the outside, things are continuing more or less as normal.
Maybe they're on a downward trajectory. It's getting worse.
Yeah.
But I mean,
but if you would ask if you would ask a conservative, whose economy is going better right now, Russia's or the United States? I bet the average conservative would say they're either even with us or better.
But I mean, that's only because they're uninformed, right?
I know, but it's hard to, how do you compete with that when people have like such different perceptions of what's going on in the world, right? Like nobody can perceive what's outside of their country or what's going on with them.
Good question. How do you compete with that? It's also literally like part of the propaganda machine, right? To make it seem that the economy is holding up by injecting that much money into it and combating it with rising interest rates. It's also a show, but so far an effective show. It works.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like over the last election cycle, especially over the last year-ish, I think my reach and influence is a lot bigger than I anticipated it being or growing too. And I think I want to be more, I think I want to try to do some big boy moves this election cycle. One way that looks is like more, there's a few things I have in my head. I want to do more, I want to bully the fuck out of all the big conservatives. Like every single time I'm on a platform, I need to be reminding people. I've been trying to keep that in mind. Like, remember, when I say conservatives are retarded, they really are. And that's why none of them will talk to me ever. And I need to be dropping names constantly. So I want to do more talk show stuff, things like that. I want to do more, I need to do more media platform outreach. But I think with the Twitter community, that's stuff that I can start to get flowing pretty easily. I think I would like to work directly with the DNC sometime within the next like year. I think I want that channel to be set up. Yeah. I think I have a lot of information that I've gathered through like a confluence of like experiences that put me in a pretty unique position, because I think I've done probably more on the ground work my community has, probably even me personally, than probably any other streamer my size, right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know if anybody does the canvassing stuff.
Yeah.
And through the canvassing stuff, like working with other political parties, like seeing how all those operations come together. So I have like a decent, I've got experience there. I've got experience existing in online communities. I've got experience seeing a ton of different types of online communities. I have a lot of, I've seen it all. I see it from start to finish. I'm like the inspector guy in V for Vendetta.
Yeah, just need to channel that into the right direction now, right?
I have to align my goals initially.
Yep.
Are there platforms that I could be streaming to besides Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram? Can you think of anything else? Are there even live streams on Instagram?
Yeah, there are. Facebook?
Yeah, I have that listed. Oh, Rumble too. Does anybody watch YouTube short streams? I wonder if it's worth it to stream to YouTube Shorts.
What about audio only platforms like radio or something?
I like the little Saturday morning segment things I'm doing. They've been a little irregular over the past couple months, but that's just been because of the election stuff and people traveling. I'm a little worried how frequent or how stable I can do a show like that with 3 people. Because if Pisco or Lonerbox or Josiah is ever unavailable, I could just do 2 segments, I guess, at the 3. I want to just do one piece of big misinformation a week that I like put out a video debunking. I think it would just be on Saturday. And I think it would just be from what gets posted on Friday. We've done like a lot of this debunking stuff over the past year. I think I can schedule it a little bit better or formalize it a little bit more. And then it's just nice to be able to do these, because a lot of the stuff that we end up debunking ends up, it lasts for months. It's like the same talking points. So that's good.
How's this content performing?
Which content?
Like the debunking stuff.
It's good for my knowledge, and it's good for fans to attack people with. I don't know if it does as well on YouTube because it's not structured. But I did a couple things where I was like trying to structure things specifically as videos. And I'll probably do this the same, I think. How are you going to avoid the long arms, short legs in regards to talking to big conservatives? I'm just going to punch really hard. Do you think instead of building out a bunch of shows, it might be better to coordinate or make a deal with a major news site, say Axios, where you get a show or segment on their site? I really value my independence, and I'm big enough now that I don't care about that. I really want to... Can you track if somebody voted in every single county in the US? Do we know that? You have any idea?
What do you mean by that? If someone voted?
Like in some counties, you can type somebody's name in or whatever, and you can see like, oh, this person voted. Like you can look it up.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure. I don't think that... Is there something? Chat saying yes, but I doubt it.
I really want to find a way to track like voters in my audience. Because it'd be cool if I could show that I have a high turnout in my audience for people that vote. But I don't know if there's any way to like actually do that legally. Because in some states, I don't think you're even allowed to take pictures of your ballot. You're technically not allowed to. Or like in Florida, you can... in Florida, you can take a picture of your ballot, but you're not allowed to legally share it with anyone. It could be something as cucked as like having people take a picture outside the voting place. Like would people really drive all the way over to a place to go take a picture of them outside the place, but then not vote? I'm going to go through probably tomorrow a lot of the theory of mind shit for how I think the media landscape looks and the kind of like what the strategies need to be going forward to engage with the media landscape. Things that I need to do, things that you can do, and things I need to encourage other content creators to do. So that I can kind of orient myself. I think we've kind of got like most of the pieces in place for this, but I think writing some of that down might help.
So, are you talking right now about your plans with the media company, or not that much?
I'm trying to think of where
do you stand right now with the whole...
I'm trying to think of what the next step for that is.
Do you have like a business plan or a strategy plan already, or still figuring that
Well,
out?
the very first things I wanted to do was I needed to get like a podcast off the ground. Like, because I felt like once I was recording stuff regularly, and if I had a studio, I could do more with it. And it took a long fucking time, but finally this year that finally got done. So I'm shooting 2 to 3 shows out of here. Obviously, there's other stuff that's happened here. The election stream, all of that worked pretty well. I've got to do other things in here. So I have this. That little Saturday morning segment is probably like the first inkling of something like that. But I'm trying to think of what the next step would be. I don't know what the next step would be. I feel like the next step is getting somebody to do a show full time. Do you know people do shows in here that aren't with me? I think ideally, yeah, for sure. Because I can't do everything on my own, yeah.
So how's your relationship right now with like the Democratic Party guys, like in general? Like, do you see any chances like with collaborating more with
I mean, it's definitely not
party?
bad. I think it's like good, but like at a scary distance.
Okay.
But I'm probably I've got this written down. I'm gonna start to try to aggressively make inroads there. Fuck. The next step is I feel like the next step is having a full-time show person to do a show. I think that might be it.
Do you already know what kind of show?
Some kind of political show, I guess, huh? Just like a 2-hour talk show or something, right?
Yeah.
This would be my first long-term, like, money whole commitment, I think. Well, no, that's not true. The YouTube was initially, but I think I would lose money on this for a while. I have to think of this. Should we do a real estate or business show? Maybe in the future, but I think right now I would want to be politically focused. I want a full-time show. I'll write this here for now, and then I'll start exploring. I think I want people to move here too if they work here. That's a big commitment, though. Besides media company stuff, what else? I hope people outside of DGG start to like Destiny more as it gets more popular. Every time I scroll X, I get depressed at how many people think he's evil / incompetent just based on lies by Hassan, Nick Fuentes, etc. The conservatives will always think I'm evil. That's okay. The biggest person that hurts me right now is just Hassan, but I think he's taken a big credibility hit recently. And I've had a lot more outreach recently as well. But unironically, Ethan, I think, helped a little bit with that because I think a lot of H3 people started watching some more of my videos. I've gotten a lot of DMs and stuff, so that helped. It sucks because Hassan is such like a huge source of like poisoning the well for me. But thankfully, flipping somebody's decision or opinion on me is really easy. Usually they just have to watch like 1 or 2 videos and it'll be completely flipped because it's just like he lies. Like his lies about me are so egregious. It's insane.
Do you think you'll be able to do some content with Ethan at some point?
Maybe, if he ever wants to. All he has to do is reach out.
Why do you think he doesn't?
He's probably petrified of like his community feedback. That'd be really negative.
Have you tried doing like a formal reach out to the H3 guys? I know you don't want to seem cocky.
We traded literally 1 message each like a year ago.
Okay.
And then I think I messaged him like 2 or 3 things, but I never had a response. So my assumption is he's just really scared to talk to me. In terms of viewership, is there anything you can do on the level of the JonTron debate? That shit was massive. It was everywhere. You get so many follow. The problem with like I can do debates. This sounds bad, but like I think I've won on that. I'm good. Like I think I'm the world's best. I'm the world's champ debater. There's a reason again why all of these huge fucking conservatives will dodge me on every single topic, and even supposed scholars on topics will dodge the fuck out of me. And it's not because they think I'm bad faith or it's not worth the time, because I'm large enough that it would be worth their while. Like I do good viewership on all of these guys' shows when I go. So the reason why they dodge me is because they know they would get obliterated. So I don't think it's like you can't really grow through debating anymore, because the people I'm at a size now where anybody larger than me or my size is not going to debate me, because they know that it's only downside. There's no upside. Like let's say we have a debate and Ben Shapiro owns me. He's not getting much out of it, and he just risks like exposing himself to a huge downside of having a really bad performance. And for a lot of these people, I think their hold on their audience relies on them keeping them locked into a certain media sphere. And debates are scary because now they have to listen to the other person talk rather than the caricature of that other person you've created. That's one of the biggest reasons why Hassan will never like play a clip of me and why he can't talk to me, right? Is because if people heard me talk, they'd be like, wait, what the fuck? I thought this guy was a Nazi. Like it would be over immediately. The illusion would be shattered. So, and I think a lot of the right-wing media sphere, not just right-wing, a lot of just larger content creators work that way with limited and rare exceptions, like Sam Cedar, David Pakman maybe. I think the people you need to reach are not in the political space. You need to break into different influencer spaces. Yeah, maybe. It's hard. Being banned on Twitch limits my gaming reach, although I don't even know what I would reach into for gaming there. The red pill stuff was a big thing that came and went. I'm sure there'll be another big cultural thing that'll pop up. I think taking the next step with the media company would be good. Like I have the studio, I have the podcast. If I had one full-time show, I would be really happy with that. I would be super happy with that. If I had a full-time show, if I had a guy living here that was regularly producing content, I think I would consider that a success. If anyone suggested running for office, I would only ever, if I were to ever run for any office, it would be only for major ones. Like I would only consider like governor and president because anything else is cucked and fuck that. And I don't think I would ever realistically have a shot at winning either of those offices. And even if I did have a shot, I would much rather do what I do here because I just do this way better. I think I just love this space. I exist well in it, I make a lot of money, I do this, like, fuck that. Full-time equals 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, or what? No, full-time would be like one show a week. Like if somebody was living here that was doing one show a week here for 2 hours, that would be really good, I think. I'd be happy. How to apply? Link me your YouTube channel with at least 100,000 subs. Isn't Josiah perfect for that? I don't think I can afford Josiah. Josiah would be perfect for that, but also I don't know what his goals and everything. These are people I would talk to. Same with the IRA. I'd chat with them.
Did any people from the election stream actually live in Miami, or are they all from all across the US?
Did anybody from my election stream live in Miami? Yes, Pixie does.
Okay.
That might be it.
Okay.
Would you do a show with Andrew Callahan? I asked if he wanted to go to Israel, and he said it was spooky, yeah. What if you did a show once a week that felt more like traditional media, like Young Turks or a Daily Show, and Orbiter can hop on and talk about a recent event? I thought about that kind of thing. I need more people that are like around me, though, that can do that. LA and New York are such good places for... New York is a good place for media, but not everybody that I know that's good at this even lives in New York, though. How much are you willing to sell for the media company? I'm not like a sales guy for businesses. I wouldn't build and sell. Like if I'm building a business, it's to run a business, not to just sell it. Can you keep your business in Florida and live in New York? That shit doesn't really work. People say that shit that don't do their taxes. It doesn't work that way. Not to be mean, sorry. I think I need to do, it's finding a person to do a show full time. It's honing in on this Saturday morning segment. It's building out my connections, hopefully with actual Democratic Party people. It's working on our mind map stuff, which will probably start tomorrow. And then I just have a lot of behind the scenes shit I need to do. Is there any community shit that I need to take care of that we need to think about? Would I have to pay somebody coming down here a flat fee? I have no idea. I don't even know what that would look like or what the structure for any of that would be yet. Could you structure a company that has bigger creators like Brian, Tyler Cohen, Pacman, Josiah, et cetera, go in on for equity and start gathering talent at the same time? I don't have experience running a business of that size yet, so I'm not really comfortable bringing in people like that because I don't want to fuck it up. It's a bad impression, so I'm not sure. All right, TikTok and YouTube Shorts editor. Oh, shit. That is a thing I'm adding that to my... I have a lot of people that do good short form content now. I need to like get the ball rolling on that, like on official channels more.